She asked me to come and work with her, and that's what we did. We went over there and we were going to make our mark. And my job was to make her look good. And she called me into her office one day and she said, Lillian, it's your job to put together the price list, all the SKUs, all of the color codes, everything for Market Week, which was coming up in a month or two. And I looked up at her. Now I'm 5'2", she was 6'2". And I looked up at her and I said, Jane, I don't know how to do that. And she said, she looked over the rims of her glasses down at me, glared at me, and said, I didn't ask you if you knew how to do it. I said, do it. And the first thing I did was I ran to the ladies' room and I cried, not knowing what I got myself into, and then rallied and then thought, you know what? I'm going to figure out how to do this. And I went first to the HR director and said, this is the situation. I don't know, I don't have a clue. I need help. Because it was at that point that I realized I could sink or swim, and there was no way I was going to sink. Well, this man was really in the right job. He told me who I needed to get to know, how to ask for what I wanted. He showed me samples of what it was supposed to look like because I didn't have a clue. And every step of the way, he guided me to asking for help, getting what I needed, double-checking myself. I had the right work ethics, but I needed to do two things: build relationship as I went, and have the end goal in mind. I needed to win big because I didn't want me to fail, and I certainly didn't want her to fail. This was, you know, a campaign that we just had to win. So that was really very early on in my career, and what I have realized from doing a lot of bouncing around, it was in that company that I got my break into sales as a result of affirmative action. That was the first round of affirmative action. So that was another time where I didn't really want to go that path, but it was open to me and I kind of fell into it. But every step along my professional growth path, I have asked for help, I have been rebuffed, I've been told the royal two New York words, you know, the F words, to get lost. But, you know, when you know what you want and you're out to get it, and you're not hurting anybody by going for it, people will help you. And that's really the greatest lesson that I've learned in life. It's still hard for me to ask for help, especially in my personal life, but in business, and that's my area of expertise, is business relationships. If we cannot succeed, I'll disagree with you, something that you said before the commercial break. We cannot succeed on our own, especially in business, without relationships. That's my fact of life.
Yeah, and I'm not clear on why you're disagreeing. Because
I thought you said, I'm sorry, I thought you said at the beginning that, you know, whether you're in relationships or not, you know, you can succeed. And I just think that you can't succeed unless you're in relationships and know how to cultivate them.
No, I said that none of this that we talked about, and we talked about basically asking for help, that none of this stuff that we're up to, most of us are up to these days, can be done without community, without working together, without getting others involved, without a team.
Yes, I totally agree. It's all about community.
Yeah, and that's what I was referring to. So there's no way to get this done by ourselves.
No.